Agora foi. Tá vendo no cantinho, Camila?
Ó, agora sim. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being... Isso, agora. Agora. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. We're going to present a little bit about the Mining Hub and the program that we are running right now, which is the fourth cycle of the M-Start. My name is Camila. I'm a corporate accelerator at Nell Ventures, and Nell Ventures is the corporate accelerator from the Mining Hub. We have here with us today Claudia Diniz, which is the executive director of the Mining Hub, and she's going to talk about this amazing hub that we have here, the first one with open innovation, and then all the programs that we run through it. Thank you, Claudia, for being here with us today. I'll hand you the words now.
Thank you, Camila. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us and to hear a little bit about Mining Hub. As Camila said, my name is Claudia Diniz. I'm pleased to be here with you, especially because now with all this situation on the virus, now we are going straight into your homes. So thank you for allowing us to be there and be part of your daily today. I'm going to show you a little bit about Mining Hub. Mining Hub, Camila, is an initiative from the mining companies together with the suppliers and the startups. We joined together to transform the mining sector. And together with us nowadays, we have 24 mining companies, Camila, which you can see here from this slide. And then you can see that we have big companies, small companies, medium-sized companies, and this is not important. The size of the mining company is not important for us because we have collaborative work, and then we developed everything together. Also, we have some suppliers companies that joined us today, and this is about 25 suppliers that are together with us developing this incredible work that you're going to see in a couple of slides that we are going to show you. Camila? We also have some partners that work together with us. Nell Ventures, as Camila said before, is our corporate accelerator, and it helps us with all the programs that we have with the startups. IBRAM, the Brazilian Mining Institute, and it helps us with all the administrative work. And we work, which is the place where we live in, not nowadays, but we are working together with them at their space, and which is incredible. It's an incredible innovation space. Goulart and Colepiccolo Advogados are a law office, and they help us with all the legal contracts and legal issues that we have to deal on our daily basis. Fundação Dom Cabral, which is a big business school that is well known all over the world, and they are helping us with the strategic plans and also with some of our workshops and also webinars. Camila? Okay, what is the value purpose of Mining Hub? We want to be the transformation pillar of the mining sector. We want to transform the sector through open innovation. So when we say that, we are not talking about innovation only at the operational sides. As you can see here on the left side of the triangle, the technologies and the operational side, but we also want to work with the support areas like supply chain, legal department, HR, and communication, all the areas that are used to support the company to move forward with their business. But they also have to have innovation on the areas. in order to allow us to get into the operational side more easily. So we also want them to be innovative, and we also want to take innovation to them. And working with all the sectors of the mining companies and the suppliers, we want to transform the culture and behavior of these companies. And through a collaborative, non-competitive, and receptive environment, we hope then to transform the reputation and the image of the sector itself. So this is our value proposal. Now you can see everything that Mining Hub does and everything that we want to do. So if you look at the mining sector, they will give us the challenges, and we will get back to them with solutions of small investment and high impact. And we do this because we are open innovation channel, and we make connections, and we open opportunities for most of the actors, or all the actors of the sector. So we are talking about relationships and connections that we do with the suppliers, the ones that are our partners, and also the ones that are not Mining Hub partners. We also work with the startups and the governments and the universities. It's important to say that nowadays we've been working with the startups from Brazil, and now on Cycle4, what we want to do, and that's why I'm here talking to you in English, because we want to open the program to other countries. We want to be outside of Brazil because we want to hear from you from another country. We want you to give your ideas and to help us to develop the mining sector in Brazil and also the mining sector around the world. So we want to know the technologies that are being developed outside Brazil and bring them to transform the mining sector. We also want to work with, government, and the government that we are saying here is not only the Brazilian government. Even nowadays, we've been contacted by all embassies and consulates from many different countries like Germany, Canada, UK, and Israel, Holland, and a lot of other countries that are interested in helping us and bringing new solutions, new companies, new startups to work for the mining sector. And universities, we also have some connection with the universities. And now in 2020, what we want to do is to improve and enforce more this relationship with the universities and also with the science and technology centers in order to develop projects that are more related to the hard science. We want to go and have some disruptive innovation developed with us and think and build the future of the mining. So that's how mining working is working nowadays. And then this is how we define ourselves. And we started with a program that we are going to talk about, and Camila will talk about in more details, but it's the M-Start. M-Start is our first startup program, and I said first because we are only 1 year old, and Mining Hub was created in January 2019. So together with our first program, which is M-Start, we developed a relationship with Neo Ventures, and they are helping us to develop this program. Now it's established program, and for us, Mining Hub, and for the mining companies and the suppliers, this M-Start is more than a program, a startup program. It's a relationship channel between mining companies, suppliers, entrepreneurs, startups, universities, and technology-based companies to develop solutions for the biggest and most important mining sector challenges, okay? And for this program, we work on 6 themes that were developed based on a technology report that we have from a very big consulting company specialized in mining sector. So they In 2018, by the end of 2018, they issued this report and they talked about the 10 most important mining sector challenges. And then we chose 6 of them to start working with the startups at Mining Hub. And they are tailings and residue management, health and safety, operational safety, water management, operational efficiency, alternative energy sources, and social development. These are the six themes that we are working nowadays on the M-Start program. And I'd like to say, and this is the truth about this program, is that the startups work with angel customers. We don't have angel investors, but we have the customers for them. And these customers are the ones that make the investments on the development of the solutions. They don't make the investments on the startups itself, but they do make the investments on the development of the solution of those challenges that we showed to you before. So it's an equity-free program and also an IP program, IP-free program. What does that mean? It means that the mining companies and suppliers that cannot buy the startups or even stocks of the startups, but they can put some money on the development of the solution. And IP-free means that the startup is the owner of the knowledge and any patents, all the knowledge that is developed and created during the development of the solution belongs to the startup. So the mining companies and the suppliers, they invest on the development of the solution, and what they have is the advantage of the time and the customization of the solution inside their own sites. But they are not the owners of the IP. This is a very important point for the startups. Our cycle, it's have a lot of details, and I think Camila will show you all the steps of these details, and I will leave this to her. But I can tell you that based on those common themes that I showed you before, we prioritize some challenges. We select some startup based on these challenges and the selection process that we have. Then we have 6-month period of working on the boot camp and sharing times and demo days. Okay, but Camila will show you all the details of these steps, and she will also show you the calendar and everything and how it works. So I will show you some evolution of 2019. And just for you to understand, we started 2019 and having two cycles, cycle 1 and cycle 2, that were developed during that year. And the cycle 3 that we are running now, part of it was planned and executed during 2019. That's why we have 90 registered startups, 190 interviewed startups, and then we have 16 proof of concepts that were carried out during 2019, and 6 of them that belongs to cycle 3 are in progress, and they were only selected during the 2019. That's why it's separate. So for 2019, the number that we have to think about it is the 16 proof of concepts that were carried out. And if you analyze the 16 POCs that we carried out, we have 4 of these startups already hired, already contracted by the mining companies. So their name of the startups are there: Beyond, LLK, Creativar, IndieWise. Those are startups that worked together with us during 2019, and then they were hired after the development of the proof of concept. So now they are implementing the solutions inside the mining companies on the operational side. So they are almost becoming a supplier for that mining company in all of other mining companies that belongs to Mining Hub. We also have one startup that is under negotiation still, and this means that probably gonna have 5 success cases for 2019. But up to now, Camila, up to now we have 4 startups hired, and then our success tax fee, it's like 25%, because we are saying that over the 16 POCs that were carried out in 2019, 4 of them become very successful suppliers for the mining companies. So this is a number that is very good for us, and we are very proud of them. Okay, sorry. But Mining Hub is not only M-Start program. We also have other programs. And one that is very important for us is M-Impact. We worked in 2019 on the diversity and inclusion issue. And we have this as a very important program because like we developed here and brought to Brazil the movement that's international. It's called Women in Mining. It was created in 2006 in England, and most of the mining countries around the world already have this movement very established in their countries, but it was not here in Brazil. So in 2019, we brought this movement to here, and it's doing a very good job nowadays in talking about how to put women in the mining sector, and also talking about all other minorities together with the women that can be part of the mining sector. We also have a very important workshop, and I'm sorry that most of the things are in Portuguese, but these were developed together with a young group of Fórum Econômico Mundial, the World Economic Forum, and this were a presentation of the LGBTQI+, the integration of these professionals in the mining sector. So it was a huge discussion around these issues, and then it was a very successful workshop too. We are still working on this in 2020 and all these issues, but we also developing some other work around the communities or the sites or the people around the sites, operational sites of the mining companies. Camila? But Mining Hub also is a very collaborative and partners space. In our space, physical space, you can see from the pictures there that we developed a constant knowledge exchange between the companies and the partners in the hub. So we use this space to talk about innovation and bring like CEOs and technical people to talk about their own challenges of each of the mining companies and suppliers that we have as a member of the Mining Hub. So it's a very good opportunity and space to change and exchange information and exchange knowledge and make connections. So Mining Hub is very well known nowadays for the connections that we promote, because we want people to work together. We want the collaboration to be among us. So this is something that we are doing, and you can see some examples, Camila. We have events like Sea Hour. It's like every month we have a C-level from the associated companies that come and talk about innovation and tell us all the experience of the mining company, of the suppliers in innovation for an hour. And then that's why we call it Sea Hour, because it's like a happy hour with a C-level, because it's always at the end of the day. The mining challenge is an initiative that addresses specific challenges of the associated mining companies. So we have mining companies that come to Mining Hub and talk about their specific challenges. And the main objective is to expose their internal challenges in order for the suppliers and the startups to start working together to develop the solution for that, for those challenges that the mining companies just exposed to us. We also have, Camila? We also work on with the strategic groups, some work groups that focus on identifying and solving challenges in the sectors, as I told you before, that we are bringing innovation to the areas of support, which, like I said, the legal departments, the supply chain, the finance, communication, HR. So, and the main objective of working with these groups is to bring innovation to these areas of the associated companies. So these are some examples of knowledge exchange events that we have at Mining Hub. We are developing for 2020 different programs like M-Sport and M-Connect that you can find some explanation at the website, our website. Thank you very much for your attention, and I call you again, Camila, to explain all the details about the Cycle4 that we are going to start soon. Camila?
Thank you, Claudia, for being here with us today, for your thoughtful explanation about the Mining Hub and all the programs, all the amazing programs that we run here. I'm going to talk then specifically about the M-Start program and the fourth cycle. We are going to start with the schedule, and I'm going to explain a little bit of each phase that we're going to go through. So first, we already started this program since January 10th, and we've been working to identify and prioritize all the challenges, and also to develop the public notice and make sure that all rules and regulations are well established before we can go to the public and start showing them what are the challenges that we want solutions for. So last week, we started our registration period, and it's going to take 1.5 months. But first of all, please don't let it to the last minute. You can, if you already have your solution, if you believe your solution is what we need, just start. You can subscribe. You can apply right now. And we will have during this 1.5 month 4 webinars. They're going to talk about, so the first one is this one that we are having right now. We are going through the general data about the program, the public notice, how to register, but we're going to have specific webinars. Then you're going to have the opportunity to ask your questions directly to the people that are actually working with the challenges that we are looking for solutions. So make sure that you're following us on our social media channels, at least like LinkedIn, and then you're going to know exactly what are the days and then who you're going to talk with. But we're going to see more of that in the future in this presentation. After we finish this registration period, one question actually, we have this common question that everyone asks us. Well, but I have more than one solution. My company can solve 2, 3, or my idea can solve more than one challenge that you have right now. Can I apply for more than one? And the answer is yes, sure, and you should. Because what we want to do, here's a lot of ideas you're going to be registered. That's what we hope. And then we ask you to share with any friends that you have, that you believe that you have solutions for us. So you're going to subscribe, and then the mining company will select the ones that they believe it's a better fit, or it's more prepared for what they're expecting, or going to reach closer to the goal the goal that they want. And then when we get to the period of boot camp, only one solution will pass the boot camp and go to the implementation of the proof of concept. But until then, like you're more than welcome to gather more information. And then if it gets to the point there, then you choose which solution and which mining company you want to work with. But yes, subscribe to and apply to as many as you believe are the solutions, because we want to hear what kind of solution, what kind of creative and innovative solutions are there in the market. Then we're going to have a month of selection, and we need this period because all the mining companies will analyze the solutions that are specific to the challenge that they are facing. And then they're going to interview you. They're probably going to ask for a pitch day so you can present more about what's your solution. They're going to ask you questions. And then only three of you will go to the boot camp phase. But that's why we need a month, so we can have all this period. And then, you know, it's actually thoughtful. It's a very nice process because we want success for both sides, right? For the mining company, for the three sides, for the mining sector, the mining company, and for you too. And we have, after the selection process, we also have a 1 week of logistics you're going to see here, because, well, at first, and that's what we hope, that all this COVID situation we were able to manage until there. So the first idea is that the boot camp will happen here in Belo Horizonte. So that's why we need this week to make sure that everyone will be here, you know, flying, and then hotels, everything. So during this, but if we will not be able to be here due to, again, the situation that we are living right now, we're gonna move this all to online, okay? So that's why we still need this here on the schedule. Then we're gonna have a month of boot camp. That's gonna be the period for you to investigate more, learn more. It's a lot of experience. They're gonna be shared. Anyway, and then only one company or one solution will move to the proof of concept. And when I say one, it's one for each challenge for each mining company, okay? And then during this 5 months that we're gonna have the proof of concept, we use agile methodology. So every 15 days, we are gonna sit together and making sure, like, what are the activities that we are doing? Are they making us go to the path that we want, which is reach the goal? Not, so working with agile methodologies is good because you can just like throw everything in the garbage if it's not getting you to the path that you want, and restart everything again. And during this period also, we have another other events, which is the sharing times. So the startups or the solutions will be presenting to everyone what kind of difficulty you're facing right now, what are the results that you're already reaching. And this is like a really good moment because you have other solutions seeing where you're doing the problems you're facing right now, but also it's a moment that you're showing and you're being exposed to those mining companies too in the hub. So take advantage of it. It's really good. And then finally, on December 9th, we have our main event, which is the demo day. And here it's like an event for 500 people. We stream it worldwide. It's basically to show that Mining Hub is actually doing a lot to transform this sector, you know, being innovative, going to a better path. I mean, they all want to, everyone wants to improve, right? And that's like a huge mark that we have here. And then you see there's a road show like after this. It's mainly because Claudia said the program is IP free and also equity free, right? But the 30 days after the demo day, the solution will be, you're gonna actually negotiate with the mining hubs that we have in the hub, and they will have a preference during 30 days after that it's public, okay? So when we talk about the specific about this cycle, we have 15 challenges. We have 9 companies. You're going to sponsor those 15 challenges. And we have more than 1 million Brazilian reais of budget available to the proof of concept. Here, I am not going to go through all of the infographics that we have about the challenges, but we want to show you some specific points that are very important. First of all, like Claudia said again, we have 6 areas that we're going to work. So the major one for this cycle is operational efficiency. And then first of all, every infographic that we designed, they're very we thought of every single information there in there. So they tell you a story, they tell you what's the problem, what are the needs, and then what are the goals that they want to achieve. So making sure when you're reading everything that you're paying attention to details, you're thinking on that for your solution and everything. Second thing that we want to point is that, for example, here, improvement in the mining roads condition. We have 2 mining companies sponsoring this challenge, right? And what does that mean? That we can have 2 proof of concepts implemented. I mean, one for Alcoa, one for Valley, right? And then the thing is, that's the beauty of innovation, right? You can have different solutions. They're going to reach the same goal at the end, which is improving the mining road conditions. And the third thing that we want to point there is also very important. You're going to see here that moisture measurement of iron ore were also, or a similar challenge were in our past cycles too, but for every single thing that can be similar doesn't mean it's the same, right? We have more details, we have different metrics, we have different goals. So making sure that you're reading everything, you're adapting your solution. I mean, be creative. You have a lot of information here. You also have at least like a paragraph of description of the challenge in our public notice, as you're going to see in the future. So there's a lot of information here, and we are also going to have the webinar. So take advantage of all the tools that we are giving you for give us the best solution that you can, be creative. I mean, we are very open to all the solutions you're going to come. We also have the second pillar, which is the alternative energy source. Again, we have 3 challenges for this one. For the health and operational safety, we have 2 challenges this time. And one of them we can see here, electric power block. Imagine like we can save like a lot of lives with that. So they're also meaningful, very meaningful, not only for specific process, but like the entire community and to making the entire sector a better sector. Another one that we have is tailing and residue management. We have 2 challenges for that one too. Another pillar is social development. We have 1 challenge. And then water management, also 1 challenge, okay? Now, what we want to do is go through some important topics in the public notice that we want to make sure that everyone understands that. And please read the public notice. There we have a lot of information about rule, regulation, descriptions of the challenges. I mean, everything that you need to know is in there, but we want to make sure that everyone's understand those points that we're going to pass through right now. First one is that as many startups as you can apply, there's no limit number in here, just apply. Like I said, if you have more than 1 solution, apply for all the solutions that you have. The mining companies will select 6 startups per challenge. And this is going to be the phase you're going to interview you, ask for a pitch day. I mean, they are trying to really understand your solution and see if it's a good fit for what they're facing right now, right? Only 3, though, will pass for the bootcamp phase. And then during the bootcamp phase, like I said, a lot of sharing, a lot of knowledge sharing, and then understanding more of all the problems, all the challenges. And then here, only 1 will move to the implementation of the POC. And the thing is, during the bootcamp, you also gonna learn more about documentations that you're gonna need to present, the budget, you're gonna negotiate the budget. We're gonna see all of that in a little bit of elimination criteria. And we think it's important to let you know that for innovation, if your project is not considered technological, or it's not innovative, or your business model is not innovative, meaning you grab a solution that is already in the market and you're not being innovative at all, you just like maybe painting in pink or something like that, that might be a cause of elimination. Okay. Second thing is as about the areas and the challenge that we are proposing. So like we said, we have 6 areas and 15 challenges. If you're not direct related to one of them, it will be a cause of elimination. But you're going to see that even though your solution might not be in one of them, we have an amazing program that's called M-Connect, and I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. But basically is your open channel to actually talk to those mining, be close to the mining hub and tell those mining companies that you have a solution that they might not be looking for right now in the M-Start, but you do have, and it's very important to them. So making sure that you also subscribe there if you have other solutions, you're not the fit for this specific program today, okay? As for the delivery of documents, like we said, in the bootcamp, you're going to know more specific which documents you need to present or handle in for each mining company, because they vary a little bit what the needs for one than the other. So you're going to know specifically what are the documentation required by the mining company they're going to sponsor you. And then if you don't present all of those documents by the deadline, that will be a cause of elimination too. And it doesn't really matter that you're already further in the process, but you need to present all of those documentations, okay? The fourth thing is you need to be a legal register, which means that here in Brazil, you need to have what we call CNPJ. But if you're, for example, in Portugal, you need to have a tax identification number. Or if you're elsewhere, just means that you need to have a legal proof that your company exists. And that's basically because we need to pay you and we need this number and this registration to be able to do it, okay? Now we're gonna talk about why are you gonna move on, right? We are gonna evaluate your team and if your capability and the ability to develop the solution and customize it. So we are going to be seeing who is part of your team. So making sure when you're doing your application, you're being thoughtful on that one too. Second, technological potential means that evaluate the effectiveness of the technology used in your solution. Are they actually gonna solve the problem that we have? And what's the degree of maturity in here, okay? Third one is the proposed solution. So the solution that you're presenting, again, it meets the demands of the mining company or not, it's way off or no, we actually see that you're gonna achieve the goal that we expect with that one. Your business model, we're gonna see if it allows a business model for building a scalable business, right? Because we're talking about 25 mining companies. So you need to, I mean, you can go up to 25 mining companies, but we're talking about mining companies which we know it's already more than like 1 or 2 employees. They're big and they need that your solution and your company be able to support them too, right? And resources for POC here, like we said, in the bootcamp phase, you're gonna negotiate what's gonna be this budget. You're gonna see in our public notice that we have a budget already established, but keep in mind that it can be flexible. For example, if you need an equipment, right? That will all be negotiated in the bootcamp phase, okay? And the last one is the impact. So is your solution gonna be, what's gonna be the impact on the mining hubs for your solution? And those are all the why you should move on to the next phase, okay? here now, we're gonna go through our public notice very quickly. I just want you to know and to see what's the phase and what it looks like and where you can find all this information here, okay? So you click on this link. This is our public notice. It basically tells you a little bit what's the program, what are the mining companies that are part of it, the phases that we went through in our schedule, and then all the, here, like I said, we have a paragraph describing all the challenges that we have. So here for the first one, see, and then we have why we need that, what are the numbers that we have right now, and what are the goal. In this case, it's one goal that we have in here, but we have for all of them. And then if you go through all of that, sorry, going too quickly here, but there are 15 challenges. So I want to go and show you that after we see all the information about the challenges, we have here the budget. Like I said, keep in mind that it can be a little bit flexible in the boot camp phase. And then it doesn't mean that it is a third for example, if one company has more than one challenge, it doesn't mean that it's 50-50. I mean, it's all flexible and it depends on your solution, the maturity, what's the need. I mean, we are all very flexible with that one. And then how do you apply? Questions like I mentioned to you, the criteria for selection and why you should be like, what are the reasons there are going to be immediate elimination? And at the end, we have all of our infographics, like I mentioned. So make sure you read everything and you pay attention to every detail of those infographics too, okay? And if you have any questions at any time, you can email us. You're gonna see in our website, just email whatever question you have. We're gonna sort your email to the best person that can answer your questions, okay? If we go back here, the next slide, we have how to apply. So here's the link, and you can find this in our website too. Keep in mind, our deadline is May 31st. But again, as soon as you have all information that you need, you gather, don't let it to the last minute, okay? Here is what you're gonna see. So that's the platform that we use, which is the Gust, and that's the face you're gonna see. You click here, apply. Then the platform needs you to sign up in the platform. So if you don't already have an account, you need to put your information. I'm just gonna put my name here. And then you said who you are to this company. I'm just gonna say none of them. Oh, I need a next. Okay. And then another questions for the platform, okay? So make sure you put your startup name. See that you just use my name, but make sure you put the name of your startup. Mine I will call it Z. And then you have some questions for you. You just answer here. Please don't do what I'm doing. I'm just picking some in here, but answer accordingly to your company because we are also going to see those information to you, okay? Press next. Then you're going to put your email address, a password. You're going to say you're not a robot, and then you're going to agree with the terms of the platform, okay? After you do that, I'm not going to open here because I am also an administrative, and then I have a different screen from you guys. But what is important for you after you press that button, you're going to have questions asking about specifically about your startup. What's your startup? I mean, there are a couple of questions. Those are general about your startup. Then they're going to ask about the solution that you have, the solution development stage that you are right now in your team. So answer all those questions. I hope you do it thoughtfully. Remember, we are all investing time here to read all your applications and making sure that you're a good fit. Your solution is innovative, is different, but mainly gonna go make us reach the goal, right? That we all have. And then, like I mentioned before, if your solution, if you have a solution for the mining companies, but it's not here in this challenge of the M-Start, we have the M-Connect. You click on the website, you're gonna see the M-Connect, a link for the M-Connect. It's also the same platform, the guest. You enter the questions that you have there. You basically are gonna, it's a way for you to connect with the mining hub, and we are reading, you know, all the applications, and we make sure that we have you in our database, that maybe you're a fit for another program, other programs too, like how they presented before. So making sure, like, this is also another channel for you to get close to mining hub and like take advantage of all of that. Okay. And finally, we have our webinars. Like I told you, this one was the first one, basically to show you where you can find the public notice, all the information that you're gonna need, how do you subscribe, how do you apply in the platform. And then the second one will be about the operational efficiency challenges. And we always gonna have the first day Portuguese, the second day in English. So you can watch, I mean, both or choose the language of your preference. We will always have guests from the mining companies. They're sponsoring that specific challenge. You're gonna be able to ask them direct questions, so take advantage of it. And also, if you have questions about the rules and regulations, the public notice, you can also ask us there. Finally, the second day will be about 3 areas, which is water management, social development, health, and social security. And then the last day, we'll talk about tailing and waste management and alternative energy sources. Okay. Follow us. Make sure you're following us on our social media, because you're going to be alert about all these webinars again. And it's also all the events that we have on Mining Hub. And make sure, like, again, another open channel. So we're pretty open to all of you. We want to hear what is best for mining. You know, we are open to all kinds of solutions. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope we were able to answer any questions. Douglas, do we have any questions in our chat?
No, we don't have.
Okay, so I guess we are closing this today and hope to see you in our next webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us. And any question, please feel free. All right.